Hey y'all, it's Dorian, and for today's speed build, I am giving you a basement apartment. This is something I had been wanting to work on for a while. The general idea would be you would use a debug or live edit house as like the main house, so it wouldn't be accessible, it wouldn't be something you can use, but then you would build your actual lot underneath of it. So to use this, I use one of the debug houses from base game, and I use the get famous hazard tape around it, so you wouldn't be able to actually walk through the house, which is something you can do with debug stuff. And then we built out the basement as a little basement apartment. It was originally intended to be kind of like a starter home type thing, but it ended up being like $56,000. If anyone would like me to create a cheaper version, just let me know and I can make some tweaks to it. But yeah, the general idea was to build out the shell of kind of like the outline of the house down in the basement. I did end up reducing the usable space to about half just because I thought it was a little too big to really make sense as a basement apartment. So when you're playing through, you can just pretend that back half is like the owners of the house, like their portion of the basement. And if you want to expand, you always have the flexibility to do so. Just lower the platforms, build a door, and then you can pretty much double this space. But no, right here, since it is a basement apartment and there aren't going to be too many windows, I aim to make it light and bright. And honestly, I love the way the decor came together. I don't usually use a lot of like white or like really bright furnishings like this, or wall color or cabinetry. I usually use more like maybe more neutral or darker tones, maybe add a few splashes of color here and there. So this was a little bit of a change from what I normally do, but I think it worked out pretty well. And you can also see I kind of played around with a few different ways to kind of decorate. I downloaded the red shelf mod, which allows you a little more flexibility as far as like placing objects, and it worked out pretty well. I also used a bit of alt placement, which if you guys would like me to do a tutorial video on that, just let me know. I did address some of that in my smaller side table video, just because it's sort of the same concept. But yeah, alt placement is just let you place some objects without worrying about snapping to the countertop or the tabletop. It just gives you a little more flexibility as far as decorating. And right now we're working on the living room. I will say I love that little chair from Tiny Living. It's nice bright colors, and that accent table from the Paranormal pack was just like super cute. And I thought everything came together really well in here. And we have a little computer station, filled it up with Star Wars decor because I'm a Star Wars fan, and I figured whoever's living here probably would be too. But you can play around with it, and if you don't have Journey to Batuu, some of the stuff might not show. You can fill out the decorations however you like. But yeah, right now we're just kind of building in a little bit of a separator for the living room. And yeah, I'll say this is overall a smaller build. It still took me over the course of maybe like 4 or 5 hours over my Twitch stream, and I think it came together really well. It is a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath, and I'd say it's a decent size, even though it is priced a little. Even though it is a little pricey, I think this could make for a very good kind of like starter apartment, maybe a little higher end starter apartment if that's a thing. But yeah, no, you still have plenty of room to play around it. And like I said, you can always blow out the back half of the basement and expand as needed, or you can build an actual house on top of this. The possibilities are limitless. Say if you want to role play, say maybe you start out living in the basement and then you end up buying the full house and building it out from there. Whatever you do with it is up to you. But no, right now we're working on the master bathroom. I did have to change the floor plan a little bit just to make sure everything would fit, but overall I'd say it came together pretty well. And then shortly you'll see us start working on the backyard. The idea would be like the main portion of the backyard would be like the owner, so you wouldn't have access to that, but you do have a little piece near the apartment entrance where enough room for a grill, enough room for a table, maybe a couple garden plots. Again, maybe you'll want to build a back gate to have access to the full backyard, but I would picture that being like the owner's piece. And I did try to, even though it is like actual fencing, I did try to put some like debug furniture in the back, so that way you wouldn't have to necessarily pay taxes on it, but it still look like that back area is a little more filled out. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had. It's a fairly straightforward build. I think it came together pretty nicely, and I wish The Sims would give us like the option to be able to like create our own apartments to rent it out. So you do have to buy the lot, unfortunately. But maybe you could role play that you're renting it out or something. I don't know. The choice is your guys, but I'm gonna let you finish up the video. There's not too much more left in here, and then I'll see you again for the walkthrough. Bye, y'all. All right, and we are back for our walkthrough of the basement apartment. So as you can see, the main house, this is a debug live edit house. You can kind of see similar houses off to the left over here. I did put some landscaping, and you can kind of see where we have a little bit of the hazard tape around the outline of the house. And this is just so that your Sims aren't going to be able to walk through it. So this is basically to make the house inaccessible, because a lot of debug or live edit objects, they don't have any boundaries, so your Sims can just walk through them. This is to kind of mitigate that. But off to the side here, we do have our little yard. Like I said, have a couple tables, have a little grill, have some garden plots, a bicycle if your Sims want to go out for a little bike ride. And then you make your way. Idea would be to make your way down these stairs and trying to navigate the camera. So excuse me for that, but oops. But no, and then you would make your way in. So we have our kitchen dining area. The kitchen includes an oven, stovetop, refrigerator, dishwasher, and if you have the laundry day pack, you'll also get a washer and dryer. Over here we have our little dining table, and then we have a little decorative shelf with some books and some plants. I'd say the debug hanging plants from the Nifty Knitting Kit. I've like a little bit obsessed with them, use them all the time. We also have some of the hanging plants from the Blooming Rooms kit, which is another amazing kit. We have our half bathroom over here. Fairly straightforward. You have a toilet, you have your sink, you have I think this is the Matchstick Magic wallpaper from Spa Day. It kind of gives the appearance of stacked stone, and I use this in bathrooms all the time. I think it works out very well, and it's super cute. Going back out here, we have our living area. Again, we have that tiny living chair, which I absolutely love. And if I could find that in real life, I would buy that in a heartbeat. We have our TV. We have our little desk station with some of our Star Wars decor. And then going back into the master, I say master bedroom, it's actually the only bedroom. But we have our bed, again, more hanging plants. This lamp is from the fitness pack, and I love the kind of like geodesic shape of it. I use this quite a bit as well. We have TV, a little clothes storage area, our hamper for the laundry, and then last but not least, we have our master bathroom. Again, toilet, sink, shower, bath. Pretty straightforward here. I did want to make sure I include a bathtub just in case you did want to try to have kids on this property. You'll be able to bathe them, because I do think you need a bathtub for that. So give you a little flexibility there. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.